Okay.
Okay, good evening, hello, and welcome. You are tuned into Revive FM 94.0 with the hearts of the Newham Community Beats.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on our YouTube page, Revive FM UK, and follow us on Facebook and Instagram under the same name. My name is Khadija,
And I'm Navish.
and together we are Nice Alive.
Yay! Now you can see
Yay!
it's only us two today.
Yeah.
You see, our unfortunate friends have been kidnapped by Peter Pan, and they kept hostages. So we don't know when we're going to see them again now.
Hopefully, they'll all be here for the next show, inshallah.
Exactly. Inshallah.
Yeah, and hopefully they're having a good time where they are as well.
Exactly. So today's topic is how to become rich this year.
We could talk about turning your side hustles into your passions into like
Into
a
a side
side
hustle.
hustles, and then also all those other little adulting kind of things like time management, balancing it. Because I think 2025, a lot of people are motivated for that sort of stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I know I am.
No, to be honest, I feel like majority of the people will be motivated to do this during summer
Yeah.
compared to now.
You know, I feel like the New Year's, the beginning, everyone's so like motivated into it, like, yeah, we'll do it. Then it kind of fizzles out, and then it comes to summer and everyone's on top of it again.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, we're gonna do it.
I mean, can you blame them? It's
No,
the weather.
exactly. It's like seasonal depression because it's like winter and it's like foggy and it's like
Yeah,
dark
exactly,
and grey.
exactly. Like example, even generally, like if one wants to exercise, they can't go out.
Exactly. Or like if you wanna like sometimes like the bright lights in summer kind of just
Yeah.
motivates you. The darkness kind of makes you just want to go lie down and back in bed and sleep again. Like it's not that like motivating.
You just
So-
want to do that extra sleep. And plus,
Mhm.
at the same time, I don't know why it just drains your energy too.
It does, Like I know whenever it's winter, I feel a lot less inclined to do things. But you know what, guys? I think this is the perfect chance to do it. Don't
Yeah.
give up. It's just cold and dark
I mean, it's only
outside.
the second month, guys. Come
Exactly. Like it's still January. We should still have that New Year's thing
on.
going on.
Exactly. So definitely, inshallah, this year it's gonna be epic. We're all gonna
Inshallah.
like do it, people.
We will do it. We will all do it
And
together.
if you don't do it, then obviously punishment is well deserved at this point.
2026 is just, I just know like it's that regret, like, oh, I should have done things the whole year, not just like 2-3 months. Because once you start and you get in a flow, you realize it's a lot easier than you kind of like think. Like it's that idea that's bigger. Do you get what I mean? Yeah, like I just think, oh, I need to do this, oh, it's just a lot. And when I do it, I'm like, why did I not do this before? Like, why am I doing it so late?
It's more easier because here's the thing, majority of the things we list can be in one category. For example, like if I were to do writing, then there will be things I want to like mention related to my writing. So animation and all that. Like, what's the point of putting in different categories and putting extra work to yourself?
Exactly. That's true. I kind of like, it's like when you already do like, we're gonna talk about this more like a bit later, but like when you do like lists or like time things for yourself, it's like sometimes it's easier to break it down.
Yeah.
But other times, if you break it down, it makes it look like there's so much more like work on it.
Then
you know what I mean?
Just demotivated.
Exactly. What motivates you typically? Like I'm trying to think of like motivational stuff. Like, yeah, I got one, but you go first.
Okay, I think motivation it comes like from different various ways, but I think definitely one should go out more. Staying in the house, just trust me, you're gonna feel more sleepy than doing anything at this point.
I feel like you need that balance. You can't stay in all the time because I feel like when you stay in all the time, especially if you can't focus at home, you need that fresh air.
Yeah,
you need to walk around. You need to see the sun. You need to like if you can anyway. It's
and
good.
Plus, it's actually really good with stress, especially if you go like walking in the morning. It's like whatever's just stuck there, the wind just hits you and
exactly.
Relaxed.
I remember when I used to do running in the morning, like a long time ago. Like I remember, like it used to just feel nice, and it was like obviously the running, but it was because everything was like green, and because the sun would be out, and it would just feel really nice. This is why I used to be such a morning person because the night, I don't think anything beats that like morning.
Oh yeah,
like that's
true. But nowadays the weather's so horrible. Like you go outside, the rain comes.
Exactly, or it's storming, or it's like windy, and it's just like.
Exactly.
I'm not holding on my hijab from it. Like
one thing.
Yeah.
One thing I hate about going like jogging or like walking in the park. It's like when I'm walking, just generally I'm like, in good mood. And next second I look at my shoulder and there's like a bug, a spider, a bee, and I'm like,
I would freak out, honestly.
And you know what's the worst? the most embarrassing point is that the way I actually start shouting and screaming and just like, twirling around and just like trying to get off. And when I relax here, you see tons of people looking at me.
I can't
That's so
I
horrible.
can totally relate. Like when I'm like basically I remember once when I went out, it's just like a massive like bug on me. I freaked out, and the thing with me is I don't even like touching them. So I just did a U-turn, and I think everyone could see that I was panicked about something because I could feel the eyes on me, and I saw people looking. I like zoomed back all the way back home, straight to my dad, and by the time I got there, it was gone.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, I was so
That
happy
is
and relieved.
horrible.
But yeah, the thing that motivates me, I think it's because we did this like earlier this year, like all of us, is like we did, how we did our Pinterest boards. I feel like nowadays, whenever I want like that extra bit of like motivation, or if I'm just thinking like, oh, I'm tired, maybe I'll do it another day, I just whip it out. I legit just whip it out. I might even have it as my screensaver. Because I like whip it out, and then seeing those kind of like pictures and stuff, it motivates me. Like, okay, that might be me one day. Like, for example, I have like pictures of like teaching on there, and I'm like, that's what I really want to do. And if I want to do that, I have to prepare this. I need to do this, and then it's just like seeing it happen. Kind of is just so motivating.
Well, see, I feel like what motivates me, like I have this visualization.
Oh yeah,
so basically, it's like my own studio. And I think like extra 3-4 desks for my assistants maybe, and like a room for the voice acting. So they can help me with the animation and all that.
Yeah,
I would like that, and I think that's something I want to do. Like I want to get to that point.
I agree. I think that's the thing. Like the intro of the Naiza studio, like. I so want that, like that, like just that whole just our place, where we will have like and we have this really really like who knows what actually if we do it, but like each person, and we have our own things in there. Like that would just be like I really like. I just know that's one of the how everyone has like those goals. I know like for me personally with Naiza anyway. That is one of the big like.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like once we have that, it's like one of the biggest like checklist things.
Exactly.
There is.
We'll get there definitely. Inshallah.
Yeah, definitely, inshallah. Yeah.
So, again, let's talk about what's like 3-4 things you definitely want to achieve this year.
Oh, okay, that's a good one. That's actually a really good one. So, I'll say like okay, so one for 100% is I want to finish at least one of my books. At least one. Inshallah. Like thank you.
No, honestly, Khadija's ideas are amazing because I've read many of her work.
Oh,
my goodness. She actually has me so into it and like you should be the next part now.
Oh, that's so sweet. That actually motivates me. Like I want to go and I want to think of you and just, finish
definitely.
them.
Like, because I see so many stories that work nowadays, and then I see, thankfully, someone knows how to write an amazing story that I can enjoy.
That's exactly what I feel about Meshies, like I legit read it and it's just so unique to me because I'm just like I never read books with like such concept. I read like you know what I mean, and I read hers. I'm like, she has such a unique take on everything that I'm just like, this is amazing. This is so cool. And then I'm always waiting for the next parts.
Definitely. Okay, so technically I have gone back to writing, guys, but it won't be horror because I kind of overdid it and I kind of lost that spark of passion.
Which is fair enough. It does happen to people. But yeah.
Okay, so what's your other 3?
Oh, okay, good one. Wait, what was the question again?
What's your 4 goals?
Oh, yes. So 100% writing too. I don't know if this really counts as a goal, but I really want to so I'm already doing this, but I really want to get like a lot of like teaching / I want like that kind of like experience and stuff. So I want this whole year to like for me to just feel confident and like to kind of like grow my experiences, relearn the curriculum and all that stuff. Yeah, like I want to like rebuild that up. Wait, do you have any? I need to think of 2 more.
Okay, I'll try to do it then.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, definitely. I'm gonna go back to writing. I'm gonna start learning how to animate my stories and portray the scenes and all that. I think I might go back to studying. I'm not sure. I was supposed to, but last minute thing, it just went kaput. I'm not sure if that's the right word.
No, but I think we know what you mean.
I might go back into it. Let's see how that goes. And I think for the 4th one, I think literally just be satisfied and happy this year with myself. Because last year I was supposed to complete many things. It didn't happen. But this year I want to like achieve all my goals, but at the same time be healthy, physically, mentally, and all that. Have that big glow up.
I get you. You just want to feel that goodness about yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's the good ones. I think that one kind of links to one of mine as well. Like I think by the end of the year, I just want to feel like this year I did loads of things. Like I want to feel like And I want this year to be like a me. I say like that because it's like hard for it to be, but I want to have like a little relaxing kind of like more like my focus. I want to go back into like old hobbies, like do a lot of reading before next year starts, and then I'm like back into like learning and stuff, which I'm super excited for because I miss it. But I like, you need that little break and stuff like that. So that's like my third one. Fourth one is I want to get better at cooking. Like cooking. I genuinely want to build my skills and feel like a chef when I'm in the kitchen. Like, because I feel like I go through like phases of when I'm cooking a lot, not cooking, cooking a lot, not cooking. And now I want to be consistent.
Relate.
Yeah,
let's do it together.
Honestly, we should. I think it'll be nice. Like we make food, send pictures.
And we can like teach you the recipes.
Exactly.
And also, I think let's travel this year, girl.
100%. We need to travel. I feel like it's such a must, honestly.
Yeah, even if it's not out of country, but I think other cities in the UK, that'd be like really nice to explore.
We really wanted to go to like all those aesthetic ones. One like there was like all these fairy tale villages.
Definitely like Scotland, maybe.
Yeah. Let's go Wales as well for like a day.
Exactly.
Let's go Paris, the city of light and love.
Definitely. We're gonna go Paris for sure.
Yeah, let's make a list, and it's like actually like fully like start like deciding, because if we don't, we're never gonna know. And
exactly.
It'll be fun.
So hopefully the side hustle we're going to do this year can help us save, which means we're going to move to our next discussion, which is how to actually side hustle. So what do we know about side hustle?
So first of all, what even is a side hustle? People might not know what that is.
Yeah, that is true.
Explain it. Sure. From my understanding, a side hustle is basically just like something that you will do alongside. So you might be doing something as like your main. So it might be like you might be studying, you might be working, and then a side hustle is just something that you like side, and it's like something small, like a bit smaller that might get you money, basically.
Yeah.
For example, someone might start off a mini business. For us right now, and that's Naiza. Naiza's like our little like side like hustle thing. As we're all like focusing, inshallah will be our main thing, but for now it's our little side thing. So that's what
we're gonna be like doing a lot of projects, like trying to make candles and all that.
Yes, exactly.
We also have like our solo. We're gonna do this. Like
we should say this. We should tell them.
For example, me, Khadija, definitely are more of the writer.
Yes.
Vibe. And then Ishra and Mary, they are artists, and Mariam is more like. What she's
Mariam's like right now she's like I don't know.
I mean, she didn't mention dancing. So
yeah, she did do like a lot of dancing. I don't really know what like her because she likes a little bit of everything. We talk about so many different things. I don't know what her main.
Maybe
she was on her.
Maybe like maybe she could like teach languages. Maybe.
Yeah, that's what she likes as well. Like,
languages. Teach me. Maybe.
Maybe she could be a Spanish teacher.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, we all know so many different languages. Why are we not teaching each other?
No, we should honestly.
Yeah. But you know what? Let's use this chance to kind of tell them a little switch up about the YouTube channel.
Okay.
So guys, we I think we will post this as well, but like we'll say it on here as well. But we've kind of changed up the YouTube system. So now what we're gonna do is once a week, so every Friday-ish. These days it may change. They're subject to change, guys. But once a week will be our Naiza video that comes out. And on the other days, we are actually gonna have our own like solo day, if that makes sense. So Mariam's on a Monday, Tuesday is Ishrat, Wednesday is me, Thursday is Meshi, and then Friday is Naiza, or it might be Merve, depending on like what happens in the future, inshallah. So so it's going to be every 2 weeks it's going to be 2 solos and then two solos group. So first week is me and Mariam, second week is Meshi and Ishrat, and then we're going to rotate it like that.
Yeah, exactly. I think it will work. At least they regularly posting.
Exactly. And it'll be like a chance for us to kind of delve into like what we like more on our own kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Like for example, Meshi, you're more into like gaming and like I've got like a list of things. But I'll just mention games. I don't want to spoil your content or anything. I don't know what you want to keep a surprise. So or such like, and then like we're all into our different things. So we're like, you know what, those solo days will help us kind of like do the kind of content that we want and like that. And then we'll have our group content as well, which we all obviously love. But
exactly. But at the same time, it's gonna like bring out our uniqueness.
Yes.
So I think it'll be like cool.
It'll be fun as well. I feel like it's a lot easier. I mean, it's not a lot easier, but it's like it's so fun. Like with the group ones, we can always depend on each other. So like for the solo ones, it's a little bit more of a challenge. Like, is legit going to be like pushing ourselves a bit like
exactly.
out there, and then because I genuinely don't feel comfortable. I mean, I do feel comfortable, but I've never done more. I have. I'm like saying one thing that contradicts myself, but it's like I've never done like full on videos like that. By myself, and I always get someone to be in the video like with me. Even if I'm doing something, I'll get like my school friends, and there's tons of videos with them in there, so this is a bit like unique and new, but I'm excited.
Okay, so should we like start like what kind of ideas we can give for like side hustle? So like
let's do
like
that.
many different ones. So people that actually like do business like makeup tutorials, or like some people do DIYs, jewelry making. I actually want to do that one.
Jewelry making is a really good one as well.
Then we've got like certain ones you can find on social media, like fashion designing, writing, artists, coding, like there's so many things. So the main thing is like how we're gonna get those things out there, because you just posting itself ain't gonna do that much. So you need to like go on the next level.
Exactly. The first step is always to find what you actually like with like anything as well, guys. By the way, guys, because with like side hustles, I feel like it really does. It's like so. I mean, the point of what we're going to talk about is setting up passions. So finding something and just finding a way to like monetize it.
And plus, like something that you can work long term with. Exactly. Like it's like, for example, me, like obviously I think I mentioned this before. Like before, I used to do art, and then all of a sudden, like without hesitation, it just went into writing, and it's been like, I know I'm counting right now.
It's okay.
It's been like 8 years since I started writing and all that. Even though I have not published. Wow. I know. It's very embarrassing.
No, but it's okay. It's okay.
But honestly, like definitely this year I'm like posting and publishing work. So inshallah that will happen. Where was I? I even forgot.
I was just thinking about what were we talking about? But we were talking about like potential side hustles, I think, like finding the passion and then potential ones. So for example, writing was a good one. Like we're both into our writing, and I think that's like a main one for us. A lot of people are into like arts and crafts, so you can literally like sell them, or like even if you just make social media accounts as well, like I see so many like arty kind of pages, or like writing kind of pages as well, or like jewelry making kind of pages. I just feel like you can do it with anything, honestly.
Honestly, I can relate. Honestly, I think there's also like other ways of like so there's this thing that I think me and Khadija is going to do, like a collab in our writing. So I think that's a good way. Like, for example, if you think about it, Ishra and Mary are very good at art. So maybe one day they can like do character designing.
They could, they could.
Like, like a way of like getting our interests mixed in one thing, but at the same time like promoting it.
Exactly.
So I think that would be really cool.
I think it would be. I feel like especially because like you know how everyone has like their different strengths, and the different weaknesses. Like it's so easy to just ask someone around you to like help you and stuff. We are so lucky that like I think Mariam, Merve, and it should all have skills that we can be like, hey guys.
Exactly. I mean, obviously we're gonna also give our best.
Of course, yeah. Like I'm sure we're there. Like we can offer them stuff in return.
Exactly. I think we're all like multi-talented in our own way. Like obviously, like example, Mariam, she knows languages and she also loves dancing. You know what I mean? So I think it's really cool that we have more than one interest.
Exactly.
And I think that's a good thing to have more than one interest. You don't need to like stay in one thing. And that's it. I think that's something that people do all the time.
Exactly.
Because they think that, if you do more than one, then it's just going to get a lot confusing, even though it won't.
Yeah, I feel like each person's different as well. For some people, like doing more than one thing, it gets a lot for them. But I feel like in like I don't know, like if you're like, for example, me and you, I think we like doing loads of things. So it kind of works out for us because we like doing it, we enjoy doing it, and it's actually like quite not easy, but it's quite like it becomes quite a little bit more on the natural side because it's like we're used to it, And if other people do more than one thing, I just think it gets hard for some people as well. It really just like depend. But yeah, so what would you recommend for people who are like, so let's pretend like, you picked your passion now, so you know what you want to do.
Yeah.
Like, how would you do it?
Okay, I would say definitely to have like a timetable at
Oh,
some
yeah,
point.
yeah.
I think it's like good. Okay, I'll be honest. If it's a beginner, don't force yourself that much to like complete big projects in one go. I would say start off small, even though it's like 5-10 minutes a day.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna do each, then do so. And I think, like example, let's say maybe you going to a certain area would motivate you to do one thing, and going to a different area would motivate you to do another thing.
Yeah.
For example, I think writing would definitely include going to the library or cafe more. I think when it comes to like dancing, it would be
Mm-hmm.
like even outdoors too. You know what I mean? So I'm
Yeah.
just saying like there's certain places you do things and there's other places you.
True, true, true. I'll also say, and I think this is a bit more of like a practicality kind of thing, but you can literally hold stores in most places. Like for example, let's say you made like a bunch of paintings and stuff. There will be like a summer fete, or there will be like a fun day, or there will be like it's an art exhibition. You can book yourself like a store there, and there will be people there who are into that same sort of stuff, or people there who might be who you might just like, they might just be not into that stuff, but they're just there, but they'll be willing to kind of look at your stuff and willing to like buy things. And like that, I've seen personally, because I do store at these kind of events, and then also because met so many people that do that as well. Like they like, it really really does help, and have like a little business card, and like give it out, and you can gain followers that way, and make like and when you're selling your things there. I remember we did one for our Naiza candles. Yeah, but that day it was a bit like, it was like a rainy day as well, so it wasn't like the best.
Yeah.
But there's loads more events coming up as well, so I'm definitely gonna like mention it on the group. But yeah, but that's like a good way of like kind of just like getting your name out there, especially when you're just starting and you have like no crazy funding or anything like that. It's just like,
I kind of realized this one thing, because someone did mention it online, but basically, people, it's just like the waiting for that right situation there. Like the like for example me, before I just thought of, what, I will start writing when I have a home office. But then I'm like thinking, if I don't do it now, I don't think I'm gonna get that home office.
That's true. Yeah,
so
yeah,
I would
yeah.
say, even though your situation is not something that you would really want to start, but I would just say just go for it. I mean, what do you have to do? If you don't like your background, just put posters or like put a cover. That's it. That's all you have to do.
Plus, I feel like everyone feels this at one point, but it's like, oh, I wish I started younger, and then you don't do anything, and then like a year goes past. Oh, I wish I started like then, and then you don't do anything, and then like
I'm so surprised that many people actually start very young. Some people say start at the age of 5, 6, and I'm like thinking, like how did that happen?
Yeah.
Like I didn't get my passion till I was like 17, 18, and people at the age of, where they have to play with dolls. Which is
I used to always think that, like, I used to have in my head that if you have a passion or a hobby, like, it needs to be something you have from when you're younger. Like, I don't even know where, like, I was a little kid.
Some people expect you to be born with it.
Yeah, like, I don't know why, it was just in my head that, oh, like, you try something for the first time and then you have to be amazing at it.
Exactly.
Or like you have to be like at 2 years old starting it off, and then like, then I realized that is crazy talk. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can start passion off at any age.
And I'll be honest, it's like some people that are so judgmental, especially in your amateur level. Like, it's so horrible. Like, they'll just, I mean, there's certain jealous people that will put you down. So be careful, like, exactly who you tell about your ideas or project.
Exactly. Yeah. We're gonna have to continue this in a few minutes, guys. We're just gonna quickly go on break.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see you guys after the break then.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
करने का तरीका जानें। मरहला 1, अपने लैंडलॉर्ड को बताएं। अगर ये फिर भी हल ना हो,
Hey guys, welcome back.
So, where was we?
What were we talking about? I think
Oh,
you were
yeah.
speaking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we was talking about just damn it. How do I say it now? Okay, basically I'm just trying to say just oh my goodness, this is so awkward.
No, I can't lie. I feel like because when you just have to come up to something without that build up, it's a bit different.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we can move on to another topic if you want.
Oh yeah, jealous people.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, as
yeah.
I was gonna say, once you're jelly, you're always smelly. And this song that just came out, but it just shows that it's easy to attract jealous people. They're just gonna want to know more about you, and
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a leech.
yeah,
You never
exactly.
know, so just be careful.
Yeah, and I feel like that's how you know that you're good. If people are jealous of you, then you know you have talent because people are not going to be jealous of nothing. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I just realized that
Yeah.
people actually feel more of a threat when they see that you have spark.
Yes, exactly. And I also want to say as well, I've noticed this recently. I've learned this recently. I used to like when people have a problem with you, it's actually like a them problem. Do you know what I mean? Like, for example, if like you're doing like you've had bad experiences with people, right?
Yeah.
With your work and stuff like that. I don't know if you ever did this, but I used to like think it was like my fault, and then I realized that wait a second, it's not even like my fault. It's like their fault because it's like a them doing. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. Like I saw it as well when with other people. We were like, we weren't talking about it, but I saw it. And they were talking about it as well, and they were like, "Oh yeah, like if someone does something to you, like don't blame yourself. It's not you. It's like them. Like for example, you could be like the most perfect person, doing like the most like everything right, but like people are still gonna be like rude to you, or like they're still gonna hate on your work, or they're still gonna be like, oh, like what's she doing, even though you haven't done anything wrong, and it's not it's not your fault. Like you shouldn't feel embarrassed or like, oh no, what have I done? Because it's not you to get me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's easy. Like we didn't mention this like before in our podcast, like about fake friends. Like,
oh yeah. So
sometimes it's even in friendships, like you think they're good for you, but they're not.
Yeah, and you could be the nicest person like ever, but then like yeah.
Yeah. So just be careful, everyone.
Yeah. So I think having social media accounts are so important as well, which I think is a third practical kind of tip for like side hustles, because I feel like these are like for having a social media account, for example. I know some of my friends who had a business but had no social media account, and then people would ask them like, so like, where should we follow you? What should we do? Like, what should we,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but then it would be like, oh, I don't have anything. But then people like you need that kind of like, even if
I mean, you don't like have to show your face. You can just like
exactly.
show you doing like even faceless accounts.
Yeah,
they can become more popular than anything.
Exactly. Like you like having an account doesn't mean all of a sudden you need to be on there. It could just be like I can't think of any examples on the top of my head.
Like,
but
you got actually like vlogs like you just see people just typing with the hand, like literally just see them doing things with the hand, cooking, taking something from the shelves. You know what I mean? You don't know. Your body doesn't have to be there.
Exactly. Plus, it's like and you can be like so many. You have creative freedom because it's your account. You can do so much without having to like show anything of yourself. But yeah, which is a good tip for like.
Second, it's important to be like careful because oh my goodness, like there's this writer and oh my goodness, she wrote an amazing story, but she had so much hate, like to the point that she did quit. And there was like another writer like where her account got banned or something or deleted.
Wow, how come?
So maybe it's like sometimes like when you give these haters response, then they're just gonna have a reason to like put you in that situation.
Exactly.
So I would say don't get triggered because at the end they're not you.
Yeah, honestly, you've got to just move to your own beat, kind of vibe, like honestly.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to like haters and stuff like that, like I know like we received some like not so nice comments, and we were like, but like I think like when it comes to those kind of like comments and stuff like that, you shouldn't take them seriously because they're like. It was so funny to me because it was like, what on earth are you saying? Do you know what I mean? Because it was so random.
Sense.
Yeah, like it made no sense. And I was like, yeah, like don't let it get to you because it's just a random. Like,
I mean,
kind of
if you had to be honest, some people actually hate just to get attention.
Mhm.
So when you give them attention, then you're technically they're winning at some point because you're giving them that. But if
Exactly.
you don't notice them or pretend you don't notice them, like not like you don't even answer, then trust me, you eventually they're gonna leave you alone and find someone else to hate because
No,
that's the
exactly.
daily life.
That's what people just like sometimes. They might have like some negative, so they just want to take it out on you kind of vibe.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's not a you. It does not define you. It doesn't mean anything about you. Just if you want to do something, do it, because it's like, what's like you 5 years down the line, you might regret it. Like, oh, I should have given that a chance. Because 5 years down the line, the same people around you, they're not going to really have an impact on you anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you might be like, oh, I don't want to start this because right now, like, my classmates are gonna make fun out of me. Like in 5 years, they're not gonna be your classmates anymore. They're not gonna be, yeah, like you're not gonna see them. Like it's just gonna be like I don't know. At least that's something for me.
It's gonna be like that mere memory.
Yeah, it would just be
but not
memory.
anymore.
Exactly. Like I remember in secondary school / college, maybe not uni, but I used to be very much more like, more like shyer, more careful and stuff. But then now I'm like college and secondary school feel like 10,000 years away. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I should have started things like back then if I really wanted to, and I would like, I don't know why I waited so long.
I wish I started back when I was when it was COVID time. That had many possibilities I could have done, but oh my goodness, my lazy. I kind of hate myself for that, you know that.
No, honestly, I feel like when it came to lockdown, it was such a weird time. Like we had no idea what on earth was even like going on. So it's like some people were really productive. Other people, it was just a time to sleep and relax and stuff. But it was both of them were just as good as each other. Like they were both needed, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I guess this is our sign to like make sure that we do. I feel like we're holding each other accountable, which is good. But yeah.
So how are we gonna balance this side hustle passion with our personal and work life? So Khadija, you start first.
Sure. So one thing I would always say, and I think this has been a big lifesaver, is timetable your day. And I feel like this is like people say, but trust me, like it really does help. So if you need that structure, once you're in school, you have that structure, but once you leave, it kind of like gets a bit like wobbly. Like all of a sudden, you have the freedom to wake up at 10 a.m. or like 11, or even if you want to do 2 a.m. and you don't have anything to kind of wake up for, or like sometimes you don't even have to sleep early, so it kind of get a bit out of whack. So which is kind of beside the point, but timetabling a day. So for example, let's say you wake up at like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and you decide to like wake up then, and you have like your 1 hour of like your morning routine and eating and stuff like that. And then after that, you slot in like 2 hours of like, I'm gonna work in these 2 hours.
Yeah.
It's so much. And then like you have your like, okay, now this is my lunch break. And then it's like, okay, then after that, I'm gonna do this. And then we'll have my chill time. I'm gonna work again. Having that is so much like, at least for me personally, is it helps you do so much more in one day compared to waking up and being like, oh, I've got to do that. Okay, I'll do it in a bit. And then like eating, and then like it's like the time just kind of goes by. In your head, you've got to do it, but you're just not doing it because but when you have a time allocated, I feel like you look at the time and you just know, okay, 2 o'clock, I got to do this now. And then it's like,
Yeah.
So at least that's like one of my tips. I can really like helps a
Okay.
lot. Yeah.
Okay, so I got one. I would say, especially like before a side hustle, you have to actually start on your passion.
True.
Actually, so I would say at least every single day, half an hour or at least 1 hour, have that one dedication, like just to do it. It can be at any time if you want, or a certain time if you want to pick, but just make sure you do it, even if it's small, but at the end better than nothing. And second, I would say, I was thinking to do this for myself. I was like thinking, for example, as a writer, I'm thinking if I do one chapter a day, then that is like I can buy myself a chocolate. So a reward system. Now, if I complete a story, I can say I would try by myself makeup as a little reward. So I would say give yourself a reward system. Like at least you put that effort.
Yeah, I like that one. I like both of those actually. I like the last one as well. So I feel like you need that after doing work. Like if you have something to kind of like look forward to.
Yeah.
I used to do that with TV shows. I used to like do some work, and then I used to be like, if I finish this ASAP, like the quicker I finish this, the more I get to like watch.
Yeah.
Or like, I would give myself like finish this and then you get to work. So then I would like rush it.
I would do that with my
not
sister.
rush,
I would be like,
really?
I would be my sister. I would be like, if you do your homework now, you will have more free time. Because trust me, the more you get what it feels like? It's like the more you delay, that extra time that you wanted is more short. But if you start earlier, then that extra time that you wanted will be more longer. And you will enjoy it actually.
Yeah.
Okay, and another thing, like how I just mentioned about the timing, like 1 hour, half an hour. I won't say just within 1 hour try write 10 words.
Oh,
like
yeah,
that's
yeah,
something
yeah.
I would not say. I would say, for example, if you're going to do writing, then make sure you tell yourself within this 1 hour I want to write at least 1,500 words no matter what. Or like if you're going to do your artwork, then just like think precisely like how much you want to be done. Like do you want to end up coloring at least half of it, or like going more into details? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's kind
yeah,
of like that.
I get you. So you're like 1 hour of like uninterrupted, like proper focused, hardcore work, or whatever it is. Yeah,
exactly.
I would also say a tip that I have is like balance, because I feel like it's so easy to kind of just like so you have it like the only day of the week is like Saturday. No, okay, let's just say that like you decide Saturday I'm going to work, and then you spend the whole day just working with no breaks, no nothing.
Yeah.
Let's put like for example, like that's like a less extreme kind of example. But let's pretend like for one whole week like you do nothing but just like morning, like wake up, sleep, work, wake up, sleep, work, and then obviously like eat and everything else. But like then that way it's so easy to like burn out, and it's so easy to kind of like lose your motivation, which is kind of weird, but it's like, do you know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, I think basically what you're trying to say is that if you just focus like that in one go, then it's just gonna... Okay, I can like put extra words into that. Like I think I would also say like every day make it different. Don't stick to the same thing. Like example, how everyone hates Monday because it's like start something, isn't it? So I would say try and make Monday more fun. Like every Monday you don't have to write. Maybe every Monday you do the first week writing, the second week you do dancing, the third week it should be a bit different.
Change it up,
like but at least you're doing something. That's
exactly. Yeah. And also just like just taking breaks, and like actually like, for example, like let's like instead of doing 24 hours, because that used to be a bad habit of mine. I used to work like all the time there, but then I realized that just have a break day, have a break afternoon, have like, for example, just a chance to like breathe and away from screens as well. Like if possible, like just breathe and like go outside for a walk. And it really does help, because after a while you kind of get so overwhelmed. Like, for story writing as a specific example, like when you get writer's block, or you just sit there and you're just like, oh, like I'm trying to write but it's not working, like I can't say what I want to say, like what am I doing now? Oh, like it's so frustrating and stuff like that. But then like just sometimes it's taking a little break from that and doing other things and then coming back to it. It's like magic, because it's like, oh, I'm writing it like so well right now.
I saw this thing like for writing. Oh my goodness, it's so useful but so dangerous too.
Really?
So basically, you're writing on this certain website app. If you do not continue writing within 5 minutes, they will delete all your work as punishment, and you have to restart all over.
That's an actual website.
I think that I see now. Like
that is crazy. I would cry.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
all my work disappeared. I would be like, I would actually cry probably.
Yeah, I know. But at the same time, I feel like it's useful because like you don't need to like do the best. Just make sure you get your first draft done.
Yeah. That's a good thing. Yeah, you're right. Like the first part doesn't have to be perfect. Like the first bracelet, the first.
Should we do it?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's see how it works out.
Yeah.
We'll post it.
We want to let's do it. And part of our writing challenge, just like first draft, where we just word block.
Yeah, exactly. Like
that. Yeah, but that could be fun. We should do a lot of writing content. I mean, like, come on, like we're trying to be writers.
Exactly. I feel like, but like I said, like we said, go out more, because trust me, you're not gonna get anything done here when you're inside your house or your bedroom. You're gonna sleep. You're gonna fall lazy.
Not
you're gonna
in
be on
bed
your
as
phone.
well. Yeah, especially if you're in your bed wrapped up, right? I know it's cold and it's so nice, but you'll most likely fall asleep. Phones are gonna start being used. It's just gonna be too it's too distracting of an environment.
Okay, one thing I can mention is like okay, this is like sometimes it does got to do with like what we're talking about, but it's kind of got to do with the reward system, or like like entertainment. So I can say, like sometimes, when you, as a reward, you're like, oh, I'll watch one movie or one episode. But the thing is, you accidentally watch extra episodes and you just time waste. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
that's also dangerous at some point because,
Mm-hmm.
like, even music, like, sometimes you can't listen to that much music. That's just gonna like. Why do I keep saying that?
No, fair enough.
But I'm just saying that at the same time, like when it comes to rewards, some don't overdo it.
Yeah.
Like for example, once you have done that episode, quickly leave the room. Like make an excuse that you need to get war or something, but just like leave it. And then once you're done your work again, you can go back to another episode. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like it requires a lot of discipline as well because it's so easy to just binge watch a season as a reward.
Exactly.
When like, oh, that's like doing like 5 minutes of work and then like 1 hour, it's like crazy. Like it's got to be appropriate for the level.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
My good luck to everybody, guys. Like, like doing anything in life is a bit like it can be hard, especially when you're trying to balance like so many things.
I think if you like give yourself 6 months at least, your brain will get used to it, and then itself will tell you, listen, you do this on this day and that day. So like before, your brain would not be that much. Yeah, what's that word? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
right?
I know what it is, but it's like when the word just doesn't come in your head.
Exactly. So basically, like at first, your brain would like refuse to do it because it doesn't want to contribute, or you know what I mean. But eventually, like once you made it into that habit, it's gonna motivate you more.
It's like your brain kind of just rewires itself.
Yeah, exactly.
But there's like an actual word for it, but I can't remember. It starts with, I think it's like starts with an N. It's like neuro or something.
Something I can't remember.
Yeah, but exactly, you're right. Like your brain kind of learns from you and your pattern. This Ramadan is so good, In Ramadan, like I feel like you have 30 days and you like because it's Ramadan, you do everything. I guess like I'm trying to think of examples. Like you do all this extra worship that you normally like wouldn't do.
Yeah.
And I feel like after the 30 days, it just becomes like such a habit. Like you could like continuing that, like like throughout the year, like Ramadan is just so nice because it's like you have to like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And everybody around you is also, so it's like it just really, 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 really helps you.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, like building habits basically is what I'm trying to say, guys. Like giving Ramadan as an example.
You think Ramadan is gonna be a bit hard or something?
This year?
Yeah, because like if we're gonna be like on our starting point, and then on top of that we have to stay hungry for like 30 days. But you know what? I think we can.
You know what? I think we can do it because can't lie. Like there's been days with like Naiza days where we've gone without food the whole day.
Yeah.
We realize like, oh no, we haven't eaten, and then like like we just don't like I don't know. So I think we should be good. Plus, it will be like getting like dark. Oh my god, we're probably gonna have to do iftar together on like Wednesdays maybe.
Yeah.
Depending on like what day, like what times we finish and stuff.
Oh yeah, because it finishes early.
Exactly.
I just forgot that.
Yeah. What time? Like what we can see because like, but I think inshallah we'll be fine.
Yeah.
I think of the first 10 days might be a bit tiring. Like it might be a bit like, hi guys, hey.
But you get used to it.
Yeah, but by the last 10 days, I think we'll be spot on. And then Eid, I'm excited for Eid. I mean, who isn't? Are you not? Oh wait, what?
I'm not sure about
Why?
Like I'll be honest. Like ever since I moved to our new house, Eid it just it lost its spark. Like it used to have like this big spark when I was in my other house, but now it's just in this new house you can feel like there's actually nothing much to do.
Fair enough. I feel like the one thing about Eid is like family comes over, and then once you're like with your family, it's a bit like it's different.
I live in the family house, before we used to visit each other. Now we live like very close, so now it's just
it doesn't feel the same anymore. Now it just feels like one big like thing.
And plus it's the weather. Like we can go out that time, you know what I mean? Like to the park or something. Now you have to stay at home because chance it's raining.
Yeah.
Or it's gonna be windy or you're gonna blow away. Simply.
I remember after our tradition we used to go to like a dessert place, but it's like we would still probably go, but it's like cold, like we can't enjoy the ice cream and all that.
Exactly.
Well, you get me, like I like it in the cold, but it's not like best for little kids and stuff.
Yeah.
And like we used to even have our family like members like here, but they moved as well. So like it's legit us and one more family members that are actually blood relatives left in London. So we don't see any of them. We just like chill.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But yeah, I'm excited though for Ramadan. I need.
Nah, kind of. I mean, for Ramadan, definitely the food. You know what? I find it so interesting. Yeah, I don't understand. It's like we know after a few bites we're gonna get full, and yet we make so much.
You know, I feel like that's such a big like representation of like just how humans are. Like we're hungry, we know it's not gonna be good for us, yet we still do it anyway because
And
we
there's always
want to.
unhealthy food, samosas,
Yeah.
pakoras, and all that. And that's the best things to be tackled.
I just feel like like you be like how can samosas pakoras are just such a staple piece in Ramadan? What's your Ramadan like? You know what we'll talk about this again when it comes to Ramadan. But, like,
Yeah.
what's your like Ramadan like? You know, everyone has like their like. So for example, you start off with like a date, and then you like move to a fruit salad, and then after fruit salad, it's like the main food, and next it's like the pink milkshake. Like, do you have like is that how you do yours as well?
Okay, definitely we won't start off like eating the pakoras. And trust me, it's like this. Like me and my mom is like we still like try to get things from the kitchen. By the time we come back, half of it is gone.
Wow, I get you though, because like
Sometimes I'm like to my mom, yeah, forget about a bunch of plate. Yeah, I think we need a whole bowl. Like for a big family, we need to like somehow, you know.
No, exactly. But that's funny. I feel like I see it with us as well. Like if you don't eat quick enough, then we know.
Yeah.
Like yeah. But guys, unfortunately, we've come to the end of the show now.
Already?
I know it went so fast. How is it 6:30? That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah. So do you want to do the first half and then yeah, or do
Okay, fine.
Yeah?
You start off first.
Okay. So I want to say a big thank you to all of our listeners and viewers across our social media. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube page, Revive FM UK.
Have a great day. Until next time, this has been your host, Khadija and Mavesh. Keep it locked on Revive FM 94.0.
Yeah,
See
and we'll see you
ya.
guys. Bye.
Bye.